Hi, I'm Lynette and welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you my foundation collection and doing a declutter because some of these bitches gotta go. Yeah, so I have a lot more foundations than I knew that I had, and I actually feel embarrassed about that. Because when I was looking around my room one day in my bathroom, I have foundations in my bathroom, I have foundations in my bedroom, and I saw and I found foundations I didn't even know I had. Okay, that's how bad it is. And yeah, some of these have got to go. Some of them are very old. Some of them I just haven't used in years and I'm not going to. And it's about time to clear out the clutter and make some more space. Not necessarily to buy more foundation, but because I don't like clutter. Now I have done videos where I've shown you my lipstick collection. I've shown you my concealer collection. That was also a declutter. And I recently have shown you my eyeshadow and face brushes, and I also did a face brush declutter. So today we're going to be doing another declutter as well. I'm not going to do this in any particular order. Let's just get to it. Just looking at this, I feel a little overwhelmed. Okay, so let's start with, I will start with one really old one, and one that might not be very familiar to a lot of people. And this is a foundation. This is from J. Manual. Yeah, do you remember this? Does anybody remember this foundation? J. Manual, he was the creative director for America's Next Top Model, and he came out with, I don't remember how extensive his makeup line was, but I remember watching one of the home shopping network channels and he was on there talking about his foundation, and so I guessed my shade on the line and actually got it right. Like, that never happens. Anywho, I bought this. I did like the packaging. I like the look of it. It's sleek. It's a pump, but it just fell apart over time. As you can see, it's just coming apart. But thankfully, that didn't happen until I was pretty much finished with it. I don't know if you can see that, but in here, this foundation is done. If it's not done, it's just about done. And I think I was holding on to it because I got the color right, just in case I wanted to repurchase. But I've since moved on to other foundations, and so I can let this one go. This foundation, matter of fact, reminds me so much of this foundation. This is from Becca, and it is the Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream Foundation. I think they still make this. I'm not even sure. I think they do, but they changed the packaging on it. And this is old packaging. I'm getting ready to shake it up, but it's cream, so I'm not gonna hear anything. But I don't know how much left I have in this foundation. I don't know where I am in it, but this used to be one of my staple foundations. I used to wear this all the time. And these two are very similar in that they're matte foundations, but they're very flat matte foundations. This is back in the early days of matte foundations. The matter, the better. Well, this is a very flat matte foundation that looks better as the day wears on and your natural oils start to break through. When I initially first used this foundation, I hated it because it's so flat, but as the day goes on, it looks better and better. So I don't know how much I have left in this, but if I do have anything, and I'm in the shade Tobacco, I'm going to use this up. So this one I'm getting rid of, this one I'm going to keep. And now, oh Lord, what's next? Foundations from The Ordinary. Do you guys remember, do you remember that The Ordinary has foundations? If you hear the ice cream truck, it's because he's outside, okay? That's all I'm hearing right now, so hopefully you don't hear it. But The Ordinary, and these are so linty, I shouldn't even show them on camera. It's so embarrassing. The Ordinary has foundations. I think they just recently, I don't know if I think the foundations either just came recently to Ulta or Sephora. One of the retailers has the foundations now, and I got them when they first launched, so they're really old, and I have 3 shades because, again, guessing the shades on the line is always an adventure. So I have 3 because, you know, I didn't know what shade I was in, and yeah, none of them were perfect matches for me. So I ended up having to mix. And this is, what is this? This is the coverage. This is the coverage foundation. And I really, it's been so long since I've used these foundations, I can't really remember what they did or how they were. I just remember I didn't like them, so they didn't really get used and they're getting thrown out. Next up are some Colourpop foundations. Now, we know Colourpop has foundations. Their most recent release was from their Pretty Fresh brand. This is the Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. I bought this over the summer. This I actually like. Now, I'm an oily girl, so this just does not work for me in terms of my oily skin, but I do like to mix it, and that's why I bought it, because I like to mix more dewy or hydrating or radiant foundations with my matte foundations, because I'm not trying to look so matte anymore. So I like to use these as mixing foundations, and I actually like wearing this on its own. And then I really liked it because this shade was really a perfect match for me over the summertime. And this is in the shade dark one. Oh Lord, you know I can't see anything, right? Because I'm old and my eyesight is going. Dark 175W was actually a perfect shade match for me over the summer. And I don't know, I'm sure you can't see it, but I've actually used this much of the foundation. So I was actually using it this summer. So this I like and I will keep, but their original foundations, remember these? There's like lint flying everywhere. Don't judge me. This is the No Filter foundation, and I got it in 2 shades because, again, I think this was before Colourpop was even in Ulta, was in any physical stores. They were only online. And I purchased these, so of course, once again, I had to guess. And I have it in the shade Dark 175 and in the shade Deep Dark 185. And I don't think either one was a perfect match for me. I probably I ended up mixing them. But yeah, I don't even, and they come in glass bottles. They're really, really cute. I don't remember how much I liked this foundation, but the fact that I haven't used it in a really long time, that I've moved on to other foundations, makes me believe that I don't need these. So I'm going to get rid of these 2. And then I have another old foundation. This is Makeup Forever Matte Velvet. I don't even know if they still make this or if they've turned it into some other form, some other named foundation or not. I don't know. But this is in the shade this is in the shade 70. I'm pretty sure they changed their whole shade numbering system as well. But this used to be another one of my ride or die foundations that I wore all the time. It was a staple in my collection. Have not reached for it in a really long time, but it's a nice matte foundation. Not a matte, not a flat matte, but a matte foundation with good coverage, and I like it, so I'm going to keep it. What do we have here? We have a foundation here from Clinique. It's the Even Better Makeup Broad Spectrum SPF 15 Evens and Corrects. Woo, foundation, and I have it in the shade number 12 Ginger, which isn't a great match for me. It's a little too warm. I think they have since, they may have since expanded their shade range. I'm not sure, but and then the cap, see, when you put it on like this, it's not secure, so I have to turn it all the way that way, which bugs me. And yeah, can't say too much about this. Don't really remember much about it, except that I was just kind of, it was only like for me, so I'm gonna get rid of it. And then I have foundation from Lancome. This is the Teint Idole Ultra 24-Hour Makeup. This is in the shade 470 Suede C. My shade is actually 460 Suede W, which I didn't see that in my cabinet, so I don't know if I have that. I know I have gone through this foundation a couple of times because this again was another staple in my collection. I purchased this one from a discount store, one of the discount makeup stores that they have in the outlet mall. And so I got it in the shade 470, hoping to get a summer shade because I have a winter shade that works. 460 Suede W works for me perfectly, so I'm good with that. But I was trying to get a summer shade, and at a discounted price, I was like, why not? But this didn't really didn't really work for me for summer because it's just not dark enough. So, but this is a really nice foundation, and I'm not ready to get rid of it, so I'm gonna hold on to it. I know that's probably ridiculous and crazy, but I'm gonna hold on to it because it is a really nice foundation. If you're looking for a nice matte but not matte foundation with full coverage, she the one. And then I have a drugstore foundation. This is the CoverGirl Queen All Day Flawless 3-in-1 foundation. And I love, if you could see, I don't know if you could see it, but it's like empty. This is in the shade Warm Caramel, and I bought this one summer and I went through a couple of bottles of it because the shade was a perfect match. I loved the wear of this foundation, the coverage, everything. And then they discontinued the Queen collection. The only thing I buy from CoverGirl, and they discontinue it. Anyway, yeah, so I think this is just about done, and I'm going to, as much as it pains me, I'm gonna get rid of it. And then, no, that's not it. Keeping to drugstore, I have the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour Freshware foundation. I did a review of this foundation when it first launched, and I like it. I think in that review I might have said you can build it up to full coverage, but no, you can build it up to a hard medium coverage. This is a medium coverage foundation, but I like it, and it is a matte foundation, but it's more of a natural matte foundation. I have it in 2 colors because drugstore, L'Oreal, anyway, they don't really have a good shade range, and they don't have one that works for me. So I got it in the shades 515, which is a tad bit too warm, and 510, which is a tad bit too light. So anytime I wear these foundations, I have to mix them together to try to get the match that works for me. And you know, that's always hit or miss. And ooh, I used a lot of this one, it looks like. I hate that I have to mix foundations, and that will stop me from keeping foundations if I have to mix them, but I do still have a lot of it left. They do come in a pump. I do like the foundation. So, you know, especially this one, I can put it in if I need to maybe darken up a foundation. I'm going to keep these. I like them. I like it. I really like the formula, and I still have a lot of it left. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it. Don't judge me. And what do we have? We have the NYX Born to Glow foundation. I have it in the shade Nutmeg, which I think is a good shade for me. I bought this because the whole glow thing, like I said, I like to mix them with my matte foundations to give me a radiant, glow, dewy, whatever, not dewy, glowy look, and not a super matte look. So I like to mix these in my matte foundations. And I bought this, and I think I used it once, and then I looked at the ingredients and saw that it has alcohol in it, denatured alcohol, but it's kind of far down in the ingredient list. And I had gotten to a point where I was trying to stay away from alcohol in makeup and skincare products, so I was trying to improve my skin. And so I used it once and then never used it again. But I think I'm going to bring it back in the rotation. I will say from the one time that I remember using it, and I did use it again. I mixed it in another matte foundation recently. More recently, I didn't see very much glow. I don't see too much glow with this foundation. This to me seems like a matte, just a regular matte foundation. But I'm going to hold on to it because I haven't really used it a lot. I am going to try it a few more times to see what I think. So I'm going to hold on to this one. And also from the drugstore, I have my staples. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Foundations, and I have them in 3 shades because I used to buy this shade in 335. I think I used to buy it in 330, and then I got 335. And this was before they extended the shade range. And so 335 is what I used in the winter time, and then I moved on to 338. I got 360 for summer. I think this might have been too dark for me. I don't know because it's almost full. So 338 I think is my shade. I think it's my winter shade. But yeah, this is practically used up. So whatever shade this is, it works for me apparently because I've been using it and I love this foundation. It's a beautiful matte foundation. I hate that it's a pour bottle. It's not a pump, but not enough to keep me from repurchasing it, so I'm going to keep all 3 of them. Running out of space here for these foundations. I'm going to really have to oil this chair because the squeaking is getting out of control. And yeah, now my Fenty, oh, my Fenty Beauty. This is the, what is this? Some kind of filter, soft filter, no filter, something foundation. You know which one it is. I have it in the shade 410, which I was never convinced this was my shade, but now that I've used, I have this much of it left. Now that I've used this much of it, I'm convinced this is my shade. And I love this foundation. It has a pump. It's a thin formula. I think this is the first matte foundation I ever purchased that has a thin formula. It's thin in consistency as opposed to other thicker consistency matte foundations. It's matte. It's really, really nice. The only problem, it's full coverage. The only problem with it is it breaks me out. And that's why I don't use it as often as I would like to because of that. And I wasn't sure, I wasn't positive, but I suspected. I had my suspicions, and I used it again recently, and then it saw that I had some bumps on my nose and on my face, and I'm like, what did I use that I've broken out? And then I remembered, it was this. But I only have this much left. I've been mixing it in with other foundations because of the whole breaks me out factor. Not that that prevents it, but I only have this much left, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish it up because I really, really like it. And then unfortunately, I'm probably not gonna buy it again because I can't do the breakouts. But yeah, that's a lovely foundation if you can stand it. And then also from the drugstore, I have the L'Oreal Infallible, the Pro Matte Foundation. I've had this for years. This is in the shade 110, and it's a little too light for me. And I think this was probably the first matte foundation that I used that was like super matte. And I was like, oh my God, when I was all about super matte. And I was like, yes. Even though it wasn't a great match for me because it's too light, I liked it. But now that I've moved on, and it seems like the industry, the beauty industry, makeup industry has moved on from super matte foundations to more natural matte foundations. I too have moved on from this. So I'm going to declutter this one. And then I have Cover FX. You know that I have loved me some Cover FX. This was my ride or die, a staple in my collection in recent years. I have my summer shade, which is G100. I have my winter shade, which is G80. And I think this is a newer purchase. I just re-upped with this one. That's how much I love it. It's a squeeze tube, which is very awkward because it's a square shape. I have a review of this foundation on my channel, and yeah, I like it, but it's kind of been replaced. It's kind of been replaced as my favorite. We'll get to that one in a minute. I'm gonna keep this one. I'm almost done with this one. and I'm going to use up every last drop. So I'm going to hold on to this one and this one because I still use them. And another one that I really came to love in recent years, and this is the Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation with SPF 15. I have a review of this foundation on my channel as well, and I really like it. It has a pump, it's glass, and this shade Chest Warm Almond 6.5 is a really good match for me. It's a winter shade, and it's a little thicker. These two are a little thicker matte foundations, but full coverage. Really like it. We'll be keeping it. And what's really, these two were like my top favorites, along with the Lancome Teint Idole foundation. But what sort of kind of replaced them is the Estee Lauder, the Double Wear foundation. I know this is an oldie for a lot of people, but I didn't try it for the first time until very recently because they didn't have a shade that matched me. They have since expanded the shade range, and now I find that 5N 1.5 Maple is my match for the winter time, and I had to buy the pump. But yeah, I've been really liking this foundation. This has really become the #1. I know when I first bought it, and I was like, oh yeah, you know, it's good and all, and da. Okay, it's the shit. I get why everybody loves it. I get why it's an OG in the game. And I'm totally on board with this foundation. And I think what I like about it so much is it's high coverage, it's matte just like these two, but it has a thinner consistency than these. And after wearing this, I really find that I really like the thinner consistency of a foundation. Just like the Fenty's really thin, this is thin too, but offers full coverage, which is a great combination. So yeah, been loving her. And oh boy, the Nars Radiant Longwear Radiant Foundation. This is in the shade Caracas. You know how I feel about this. I have a review of this foundation on my channel, and as you can see, it is empty. The bottle is empty. I've been mixing it. This is a foundation that I mix with other foundations because it's a radiant. It says long wear, but it doesn't wear long enough on my oily skin to wear on its own. So I do mix it with other foundations, which says a lot because this foundation is $49, and I have repurchased it. I got a backup. I'm just using this up, and I got a backup right there waiting to get on deck. Okay, but that says a lot to me about this foundation. The fact that I spend $49 on this foundation and then can't wear it by itself. Like I have to mix it with something else. But the finish on it is so beautiful. And this, I think of all the foundations I own, this is a perfect match. It's a perfect match to my skin tone. So yeah, we'll be using this up and then moving on to the next one, the new one. And almost done, y'all. Juvia's Place. This is the I Am Magic Velvety Matte Foundation, and I did talk about this foundation. I never did a review, but I have spoken about it before, and I didn't do a review because the first shade that I got it in, which I don't remember what it was now, was way off because I was guessing online, way off, way too dark, and that stopped me from wearing it and really trying to see if I liked it or not. And then I more recently got it in a shade that actually works for me. This is in the shade Kampala. This shade is definitely a better match for me in the summertime because I'm looking at it now. It looks very dark, so I'm good. This is a good summertime shade for me. This is a this is a matte foundation, and it's a full coverage, and I don't know how I feel about the matteness. It might be a little too matte for me these days, but the coverage is just, it probably has the highest coverage of all the foundations I have shown you and will show you, and that's in my collection right now. This has some serious full coverage, but yeah, so you know, I haven't used it a whole lot. I do like the shade, and I did wear it maybe once in the summertime, but I really haven't worn it enough to really give my opinion on it still. But I'm going to keep it because I love the coverage. And then I have some, oh well, let's do the one last liquid foundation. This is the newest addition to my collection. This is the Becca Skin Love Foundation, and as you can see, it's still in the box because I haven't used it yet. It was on sale at Sephora for $26. That's why I bought it. I know, I got a problem, but you already know that. This is in the shade Maple. Yay! Hopefully, because I was guessing again. Hopefully this is the same shade as, no, this is tobacco. No, is this tobacco? This is tobacco. Oh, okay. All right, well, it's the wrong shade then. I did swatch it on my hand when I got it, and I don't know, I think it could work. I'm not sure if it will or not, but I'm gonna see. This is a Weightless Blur foundation infused with Glow Nectar Brightening Complex. Again, it's another one of those foundations that I bought with the intention of mixing with my matte foundations in the hopes that it will give me a glow, but my matte foundation will keep my oils from breaking through too quickly throughout the day. So haven't used it yet. Let me know in the comments below if you have this foundation and what you think of it. I'm curious, and I will be testing it out. Let me know too if you'd like to see a review of this foundation, and I will do one for you. And then last but not least, let me put her back in her box because she's still new. Yeah. Okay, okay, I was gonna say last but not least. This is not the last. I only have 2 foundations left. These are stick foundations, and I only have this brand and then another stick foundation because I don't really use stick foundations. I don't know what it is about them that, I don't know. I just tend to gravitate towards liquid foundations or cream foundations that are in a liquid pump dispenser. But anywho, I have these, and these are really old. These are from Lancome, and they are the Teint Idole Ultra Wear Makeup Sticks, and these have sunscreen in them. Okay. Sunscreen of 21, SPF 21, it looks like, something like that. I don't know. But this is what they look like, and I have them in 2 shades because once again, you know, trying to find a shade, just it's hard. I don't remember if I ordered these online or if I went to the discount makeup store at the outlet mall and bought these, but I'm trying to see what the shade is on them, what shade these are, and I can't make it out. I can't make it out, but if you are looking for a matte foundation in a stick form, again, Lancome has got you. This stick foundation is beautiful, okay? Beautiful. I got it in 2 shades because this shade, whatever this is just a tad too light, and then the other shade is just a tad too dark. So I end up using them both. When I use them, it is so creamy, it is so easy to apply, so easy to blend. Oh my gosh, these stick foundations are lovely, like lovely. I'm telling you, if you haven't tried them and you like sticks foundations, this is the shit. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna hold on to them. I think they're way past their expiration date, but they don't smell bad or anything, so I'm gonna keep them. Don't judge me. And now lastly, I have my only other stick foundation, and this is from Juvia's Place, and it is, I think this is the I think it's also called the I Am Magic, right? No, this is a shade stick. Okay, I don't know what it's called. It's a shade stick. And don't laugh at me because my lenses are super dirty. It's a shade stick from Juvia's Place. So you can use this for foundation, you can use it to highlight, you can use it to contour. It comes in a plethora of different shades. And did I get, no, I think yeah, this is the only one I bought, and I actually guessed the shade on this correctly. This is in the shade Mozambique, and this is actually a good shade for me. And this too is another this is a super creamy foundation stick as well. Goes on super easily, smoothly, so creamy, and it's easy to blend out, and you don't need a lot of it. And it does provide very nice coverage. The only thing with this is that when I use this, you know, I can see that I'm wearing foundation, you know what I mean? Like, of course, it's obvious I'm wearing foundation, you know, that this isn't my real skin. But I don't know, with this, I felt like as the day goes on and my natural oils start to break through, that it becomes more obvious that I'm wearing foundation. So not crazy about that, but again, I haven't used this enough to really be able to form a firm opinion about whether or not if I like it or not, but I like it enough to keep it and to keep trying it, so I'm gonna hang on to it. And that is it. So I am getting rid of 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm getting rid of 9 foundations, and damn, I'm still keeping a lot of foundations though. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh my God, do I really have 20 foundations still? What the hell? Oh my gosh. And I'm planning to buy another foundation. Yes, I am. I'm planning to buy the Nars Soft Matte Foundation, their latest foundation. When that first released, I knew I was gonna buy that foundation. I didn't even think about it. I knew I was buying that, and I'm still buying it. I'm just waiting for the Sephora VIB sale, or for Ulta to get it. Ulta still doesn't have it yet, because I would prefer to buy it from Ulta, and I'm trying anyway. I would prefer to get it from Ulta, but if they don't have it by the time the Sephora sale rolls around, which is just the end of this month, if you're VIB Rouge, I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up from Sephora with the 20% off. But I'm definitely buying that one. And if you'd like to see a review on that one, let me know, and I got you. Do I want to keep all 20 of these foundations though? Oh man, no I don't. And I'm starting to feel like I'm starting to feel like maybe I should get rid of these. And maybe get rid of this one, because this mocha from Maybelline, oh no, this actually works for me in the summertime. Okay, good thing I opened it, because I looked in it and it's almost finished. So all right, so mocha 360 is staying. Okay, this is my summer shade. All right, so then 335, then do I need 335? Because I have 338 and 330. Okay, yes, I'm keeping 20 foundations. I tried, y'all. I'm getting rid of 9. I mean, what do you want from me? I'm going to keep them. I'm going to keep them. I'm going to keep them, and I'm going to use them. And hopefully, aside from the Nars foundation that I'm going to buy shortly, hopefully I won't buy anymore in 2021. So that's it. You have seen some more of my silent shame. What are some of your favorite foundations, and are you looking to pick up any new ones during the sale as well? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, then please, by all means, give it a like and consider subscribing, because I do makeup tutorials, hauls, swatches, and more declutters here on my channel every Saturday. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you again next week. Until then, bye-bye.